info from the client's questions. This is about appreciation. How does one appreciate something? One wants to share. How does she appreciate her things? I said, physical things? She said, this is physical things. We share food. We share tea. We could share more. I said, yes, we all could. She said, yes. Through sharing, there is a feeling offered. When we make a delicious cup of tea, and that is shared, there is more in that delicious cup of tea than just the tea. So in that energy, once you remember that when you're making tea, you could remember when you're cooking, when you share a book, when you share anything you might have. For in that feeling of sharing, there is no lack. There is no hesitation. And so what is being shared, again, that simplicity, that wave of kindness, connection, love, softness. So remember what is being shared, not to concern yourself with the material object itself. It is needed and freely given, and then it can only be returned. We all have a lot of things we do not use. What need do we actually have to have all this stuff? We can all drop a lot of stuff to simplify our lives more and more. And we asked about some of the client's physical issues. So anywhere there is constriction or contraction, there could be a letting go, a softness. I asked if there was a need for her to spend more time in communication with the different parts of her body, since each cell has consciousness. They said she does that a lot. It's time to not spend so much time trying to fix, but it's time to surrender. Surrender requires a lot of trust. Just the process of surrendering is powerful enough to heal, to take care of everything. And that is the fight inside. The fight to not give in, to hold on, to have it together. And those are aspects of ego and the need to control one's life and destiny and body, because we're still tied to what other people think. If we completely let go, what would that look like? We must allow ourselves to be what we came to be. Light, which has nothing to do with beliefs and limitations of this world. But we're still bound by the norms. So this makes it a paradox, living in two worlds. However, those are just perceptions as well. So as we live to hold space, or to hold our space in the field, then everything else will be forgotten. And as we move through the world, as opposed to being in it, we all must allow. Living in it implies being bound by its structures. And so allow yourself to move through. Now, we talked about sleep. As she gains more knowledge of the field, as much sleep is no longer required. A lot of people who meditate and are no longer in their minds or thoughts, no pictures, no nothing, it's an eternal rest. They can be lulled into a sleep or soothed. When she allows herself to rest, there's a different sleep she's moving into. She was having knowledge of Agartha and Aldora coming into her consciousness now. Again, she was aware of them before, and was wondering what the connection was to her now. And the higher self told her that they would explain from a different angle. And at that point, my client started breathing really deeply, drawing really deep breaths. and another entity came in. And they said, Agartha represents the 8th chakra in everyone. If sacred sites are associated with chakras, Agartha is associated with the 8th chakra, the chakra of the earth. It's also connected to the health of the body, the immune system. And I'm going to stop for a moment and turn on a light because I can't see. Stand by. There we go. That's better. Okay, sorry about that. So, it's connected to the health of the body, the immune system, the second heart. And when we say the second heart, we truly mean the higher heart of what has been known as the heart of Christ. The heart of that frequency, the Christ energy. Now, there was an understanding that is not true about the Christ energy here on earth. The untruth is the Christ heart or the Christ energy has been given to only one being on your planet who is not subject to a physical body or physical being or energy. They said the Christ heart represents something, represents a certain frequency as attained through the evolution of the 8th chakra. When this chakra is open and activated, then the heart of Christ, the knowledge of Christ, the wisdom of Christ will be known and anchored automatically. Now, my client at this point was speaking in a soft whisper. I was barely able to hear her. She said, "This is what you are all waiting for. This is the grand awakening of all. Agartha, Eldora, this is what the Agarthian energy is about. It's sharing this frequency, this activation with all. And as we have connected with it today," she's still whispering, "as we are one with it and we are emanating this frequency, even though it is being whispered, it is being emanated through this body onto this planet." So, a reminder at this point, the event, it's not something that's going to be done to anybody or for you. It's going to be something that's coming through you. And that's beautiful. They said you can try all you want to understand the 8th chakra. And that will help. However, feeling the 8th chakra, asking your 8th chakra to show you what it is. And at this point, I was really excited. So I said, is it okay to share this with everybody? And they said, yes. They said people will look it up. They'll try and activate it through the mind. They'll do all sorts of things to get the chakra open. It's the little will for forcing the chakra open. And the entity laughed. They're laughing. The chakra communicates. It communicates. And so ask it to reveal itself. So I said, perfect. Thank you very much. Reminders to stay present and not project into the future. Stay within the 8th chakra. Stay within the field. It's really time for her to put aside, and for all of us, to put aside all other beliefs and distractions and let herself come out. This is the greatest gift that she can give herself, to just let herself come out. So I had been scratching notes, writing notes as she was seeing all this stuff. So I said, okay, so to recap, make sure I have everything. The jungle setting the oasis initially where she was shown or saw that field of magnetism, that was the field you're referring to? They said yes. And the great central sun, why was she shown that? They said right beyond her ability to see other worlds, other lives, other things, she forgets that this perception of this world, how things are, these trees, this space, this vehicle, can change tomorrow and you would not exist. Life can change depending on what you see, what you understand. And so, to walk with that understanding on a daily basis, that she can be transferred from one place to another, which happens all day long in every one of you. You are being taken wherever your mind takes you. You can be there. So it's the remembering. So it's the remembering that everything exists all at once, and that even though the central sun is an entrance to this world, this paradigm, and an exit point from this paradigm, there are many, many paradigms, many realities, many explorations. She didn't have to just see the ships out there. She could have gone beyond and seen lots of other things. Lots of other things. But that the central sun is a known way of moving from this paradigm to another. Now I said, okay, when she got the information that she was part of Sananda's ship, was that shown to her to remind her of her purpose here on earth? And they said, Sananda is Pleiadian. Agartha follows Pleiadian directives. It's the energy that is focusing on the planet, the awakening frequency. Okay. And the awareness of our eighth chakra and Christ consciousness, that's the awakening? That's the connection with the Sananda's ship that she saw? They said, yes. It's the energy, the simplicity, the teachings. It's the how to live. And that will be known through the eighth chakra. So when she was going through the central sun and she was feeling frequency adjustments, was that happening for her? What was happening for her then? Were there actual physical adjustments as well as emotional and etheric body adjustments happening? And they said new neural pathways were created and opened up. Because I said it sounded a bit, at one point, like it was a bit uncomfortable for her. And they said it was pressure. It was like the nervous system or new brain synapses opening up and firing differently. So I said, I was under the impression that was happening for us all the time now to get us vibrating higher. Is that not happening for her as well? Or was that the last little plug that she needed? And they said, it's continually evolving for everyone. Everyone is plugging in differently, at different times and in different ways. Each have their time. Every time there's a realization, there's an awakening, and there's a vibrational increase. And the vibration increases. So, just as a summary for the session, the field, asking for awareness of the eighth chakra and living in the field, the connectivity of all things. That's what the field is. Slow down. Feel yourself in the field and feel the field outside of yourself. Slow down. We are moving to a time of non-duality. There will be no lack. The awareness and activation of the eighth chakra, the second heart, the Christ consciousness, is the awakening that we're all waiting for. Sharing and service have deeper meanings, deeper value, more than we are consciously aware. Sharing will give to us tenfold. The great central sun, it's the entry point and exit point into this world, this paradigm. And during the QHHT sessions, we've been told that the neural pathways will be opened and activated. So for her, yes, was a confirmation, because that was new information for me. One of my last sessions, they said this is what's going to be happening now. So new neural pathways, brain synapses were opened up and activated. Energetic openings and frequency adjustments to what's happening now on the planet. So Agartha, Sananda, and the other Pleiadians are very involved with the Earth Project. It's the Pleiadian mission. The ships are waiting. They are all part of the Pleiadian mission, which is the awakening of all. Thank you. That was a session, folks. It was extremely exciting to hold it for her, and the information is amazing. Put it to use in whatever way you see fit in your lives, and ask for awareness of the eighth chakra. If you wish to have your own QHHT session, you can contact a practitioner near you through our international website, QHHTofficial.com. That's QHHTofficial.com. I understand that some of the practitioners are not on that website, but that's a place to start. If you're on Vancouver Island and near Comox Valley, you can get in touch with me through my website, newearthhealing.ca or newearthhealing.io. I'm Jennifer. Welcome to the shift. Have a wonderful 2020, and keep looking for information, folks. Keep asking questions. And if you're not in a position to have your own QHHT session, meditate and ask for awareness of our eighth chakra. Remember, everything has consciousness. All you need to do is ask.